Well, hello there, Microcorp family. I am your host, Captain Microcorp himself, Christopher Schubert, and welcome to our first Better Win Together Summit for 2021. Congratulations, guys. We made it to 2021. I know right now it's not any better than 2020, but I remain eternally hopeful. Speaking of eternally hopeful, I hope you guys find the Better Win Together series to be the highlight of your month going forward. This is completely retooled for 2021. We will not be doing big slide decks from our suppliers. We love them, but we know you get a lot of those trainings working with them individually. Instead, Better Win Together is about bringing together you guys and us for a dialogue on the best ideas and what's going to help drive your sales strategy, and along the way, sharing some awesome news from the Microcorp and AppSmart families. So, couple little housekeeping items. This is a closed bridge so that we don't get to hear what you're listening to in the background. So if you have any questions as we go through today's presentation, there's this little chat button down at the bottom, right down there. So if you would, put your questions in chat. The mighty one, Miss Melissa, is going to be moderating the chat throughout today's presentation. So as you have questions for our guests or for yours truly, we'll make sure to get to those. So without further ado, let's get to the headliners of today's presentation. I am super pleased to introduce Renee Bergeron, our SVP and GM from AppSmart's. Hello, Renee. And of course, our fearless leader, the one who brings the oomph every single time she's on one of these webinars, Miss Karen Fields. Yay! All right.
Good morning.
Hello, hello. Morning.
All right, everybody. We've got just a power-packed session here with some great questions for both of you, which come from our partners and what they are wanting to know about the monumental news at the end of 2020 that had nothing to do with the election, but had to do with Microcorp joining the AppSmart family. Yep. So Karen, as our fearless leader, I'm going to start with you today. Okay. So why did Microcorp choose to join AppSmart? We had some different avenues that we could do for growth, and we chose AppSmart. Okay.
Why? Well, we have been approached by a number of organizations, and it was really interesting. Every time we just kept coming back to AppSmart just seemed to fit. The cultures are very much in line with the Microcorp culture. Dan and Nick are just very, they have built an incredible culture that's based on making sure that everybody has what they need and feels good about what's going on, and open communication, making it fun. They've got trivia. I mean, hey, we have trivia, they have trivia. That alone was good enough reason. But more importantly, it was also their vision for the future with the marketplace. Microcorp's been building towards that marketplace for a while because we feel that that's really how technology advisors are going to be procuring all of the solutions for their customers, and what AppSmart has built is tremendous, and why not be a part of something huge and awesome? And so it just felt right, and the timing was perfect.
All righty. Well, Renee, first off, welcome to the Microcorp family. We're happy to have you here.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
So, Renee, we flash back to just 2 years ago. No one had any idea who AppSmart was. That name, heck, didn't even exist at that point. 2 years later, through a lot of strategic acquisitions, of course, one of them being my favorite, AppSmart's grown into a true force within the channel. So as you're executing your strategy to build the biggest distributor of technology services in the US and eventually globally, why was Microcorp chosen to be the next member of the family?
I mean, I'll highlight a lot of the same things that Karen mentioned, because that's what we saw as well. So first, an alignment in terms of vision. Both AppSmart and Microcorp believe that our partners need technology in order to focus on their customers, right? The back office has got to be something that we handle for them. We've got to bring them the technology that makes them efficient and allows them to really focus on their customers, really become that trusted advisor to the customer. So that technology vision that Microcorp has been driving is where we started out at AppSmart. So we started out having the technology and finding that it fit very well this industry. Whereas Microcorp started out in the industry with the knowledge and the process and the relationship and the people seeing a need for the technology. So it was kind of, a meeting in the middle. It was a marriage, an arranged marriage made to happen, right? If you think about it, it was just made to happen. So that was a key one. The culture, once we met Karen and Brad and Phil and the rest of the team, it was clear that the culture was also aligned. And then the other thing I'd talk about is the best practice that Microcorp has developed over the year. I love that Microcorp has coined the ultimate partner experience, because that's our vision. And I think that Microcorp has invested a lot in creating this ultimate partner experience. And we're looking forward to bringing these best practices to all of AppSmart.
So you mentioned vision. You talked about the role of the technology advisor. When you look at AppSmart's long-term vision, where are we going to be 2 to 3 years down the road? What is the vision for the channel with AppSmart, and why is the channel the direction of AppSmart as opposed to, say, a direct sales force or an automated website?
Yeah, we're very much seeing the convergence in technology starting to transform the channel. So if you go back to 10 years ago, you really had a couple different channels, right? And if I was a business owner and I needed technology to fulfill a specific function, I needed to work with all of these channels. You had the telco channel that was going to provide me the connectivity. You had the reseller VAR channel that was going to provide me the software and the infrastructure. And you had the SI channel, the system integrator, that was going to bring me the business application layer. So you fast forward to today, and with the cloud now being predominant, as a business, the business owners are really looking to work with fewer set of partners, right? Partners that can bring in all of the technology they need, right? And we're seeing our advisors, our partners actually embrace this as an opportunity to expand what they're selling to their customers. And the problem that the advisors have is that the supply chain haven't evolved, right? If you look at most master agent, they're still pretty much focused on the connectivity, right? And if you look at the distributors, they're pretty much focused on the software and the infrastructure. So if an advisor wants to provide all of the technology to their customers, the supply chain is not helping them. The supply chain is complex. And that's the problem we want to solve with AppSmart. We want to allow all of our technology advisors, all of our agents and partners to expand beyond the connectivity solution to any of the software, infrastructure, and other types of technology services that their customers need. And that allows them to be an even better trusted advisor for them, and allows them to expand their business and grow it. And we have the means behind them to help them with all the expertise, competencies, and tools. So that's really the shift we're seeing happening in the market, and how we want to help advisors with this shift.
And we're seeing that same shift too, where our partners are coming to us and saying their customers are demanding that they help them with procurement of things that are outside of their comfort zone. It's not just the network, it's the Office 365 licenses, it's security, it's just storage and cloud products, and it's not in their comfort zone, and they need someone like Microcorp and AppSmart to be able to help them understand what the products are, have resources to sales engineers that can help them find the right solutions, and then be able to present that to the end customer, because their end customers are demanding them to be a one-stop shop for everything technology.
The big message here for our community here is that ultimate partner experience that you've come to know and love isn't going anywhere. It's absolutely something that is shared within the AppSmart DNA as well. And that's why this coming together of these two titans is going to be an awesome thing. Now, that being said, though, we all know, mergers and acquisitions are a daily thing in the channel. They're kind of new for master agencies overall, but our partners have some shell shock from multiple ones that have gone poorly over the years. Might have been part of one or two of those. Karen, when these things happen, we're all told the term business as usual, which unfortunately, due to some of those other things, have caused fright for a lot of folks. Can you speak to the Microcorp community on what they should be expecting for 2021, as well as your personal long-term plan?
Well, personally, long term, let's start with that. My grandmother passed away at 105, and and her sisters were 102 and 101. So longevity runs in my family, and the thought of retirement terrifies me because what the heck am I going to do? So I'm not looking to retire or anything. I'm actually incredibly excited about everything that AppSmart's doing, and I want to be a part of it. I can't wait. As far as business as usual, everything that Microcorp is our foundation, our core values, who we are, that's staying exactly the same. And we are planning out a thoughtful transition of our migration into the AppSmart family. It will probably take quite a few months. Nothing that you have will change. It will only get better. So AppSmart is rolling out Prism, which is going to be their commissioning system. We will not be moving on to Prism until Prism has all the features and functionality that you can expect in EcoOffice, and then some more. So you'll get the better and the best once we're all together, but nothing will change as far as the support. All the people have come with Microcorp. Everything that helps you to do what you need to do to support your customers, you're going to have the exact same experience. We're not changing it. We're enhancing it and supersizing it. We're making it the ultimate partner experience.
I like that. Start that hashtag today.
If I can join in, sure. I think this is super important what Karen just said, and I'll join her commitment by giving you my own commitment as well to exactly what Karen said, because we're not at AppSmart, we're not a PE shop that is buying a business, kind of spitting out the people, just folding it into an existing kind of framework, right? We are constantly, with every acquisition, looking at best practice and how, the old saying of 1 + 1 = 3, well, hopefully equals 10, right, in this case. And we know for a fact that Microcorp has, some best practice, and we will be bringing them to all of AppSmart. The other thing I would ask your commitment as part of this process to keep us honest. Tell us what's working, what's not working, because we're doing all of this for you to help you and to ensure that you have this ultimate partner experience. And so your feedback is absolutely key to us, and we're going to be very alert to it, and just we value it tremendously. So please help us that way.
And that's why we decided to go with AppSmart.
Well, as much as I'd like to drop the mic on that wonderful saying, we've got some more questions here. And quick thing to our audience, if you have a question for Renee or Karen or both, please pop that in the chat window. So Renee, to you, AppSmart has made its mark with software as a service, and particularly the idea of taking all of the different applications that live on a customer's desktop and melding them into a single interface, a single billing system, and really become that one-stop shop for everything that's on that desktop. Where do you see the power of that product line, and how do you see it impacting our partners in 2021?
I think that one of the power of the technology we have, and I've had the pleasure of being in this industry, specifically around marketplace and technology distribution, and I've seen a number of platforms, quite honestly. I think the real differentiator in our platform is not only the transaction capability, but the mapping to our advisor journey and the tools we provide that enhance the customer, the end customer's experience. So let me kind of double click on both of those. So on those three.
I'm stealing that. Let me double click on something. I'm stealing that one. That's a good one.
So first one is the transactional aspect. Yes, a marketplace needs to be able to help an advisor find, buy, and manage technology, right? And we have that. That's kind of table stake. And quite honestly, that's where what any solution out there is aiming at doing. Now, we think that that's just kind of the starting point. What we've been working on is adding some technology, some tools that enhance our advisors' experience. So we've looked at, a technology advisors and everything they need every step of the way. Starts out with a service locator, right? They have a customer, they want to know what services are available at that address, at that floor level even, and who are the providers that can support services at that end customer. So that's a first tool set, Then it moves into automated quoting, right? So the ability to have self-service quoting. You can still call us, you can still, submit forms around it, but if that's your preference, you also have self-service, which can be pretty powerful if you're in front of a customers, right? And you move down the line, marketing is another key aspects as well, right? If you want to launch some prepackaged campaigns around specific solutions, then we can help with the AppSmart marketer. So that's just an example of a number of tools along the way that enhance that basic marketplace transaction capability. And it's really designed for technology advisor. So that's the second kind of benefit. And then the third one, which is more for the end customer, is tied to the workspace we provide. And this is something that we'll certainly do a lot more education around, but imagine being able to not only provide your customer, as a technology advisor, you're not only providing your customer the technology, you're also providing them the workspace that gives them access to that technology. So it's a little bit like if you were the iPhone, right? You have an app store in there that allows you to buy technology for your customer. But once you buy it, it becomes a tile, right, in their workspace. So they can click and easily access technology. We think that that's a game changer because it's going to drive loyalty between you as a partner and your customers. And it's going to really reinforce that trusted advisor relationship. Yep. So long-winded answer, Chris.
That's a great answer. And for all of our junior technologists that are watching this here today, this is all part of what we've been chatting about. But as with all things, it's taking something you've been doing for years and just spinning it a different way. We've been selling the idea of the all-in-one solution for bandwidth and voice services. We've been doing that for decades. But now we're talking about owning that desktop and that workspace as well. And think of all the silly apps that you log into every single day just to get your work done. Imagine all of those consolidated into one spot, one bill.
Right.
Not having to relearn everything, folks. You're just learning some new ways of doing what you've proven that you can do day in and day out. And that's where the AppSmart marketplace and all those software as a service solutions are going to come to help benefit you in 2021.
And your customers and your end customers, because studies keep showing ease of use, a single pane of glass for your end customers to go and look at everything that they have, be able to work with one technology advisor on their full soup to nuts, what they're doing, ease of use. That's what we're going to provide with AppSmart and Microcorp.
Awesome. So we're getting ready to go to questions, guys. So again, keep hitting those. Melissa's collating what those questions are going to be. But Karen, I'm going to give you one final one here. This has been a great discussion. And again, Renee, super happy to have you as part of our family here. We might even get you a superhero costume. It's on order. Just be ready.
I did.
Karen, what's the big takeaway from all this? What's the one thing you want this community that has followed you for years? What do you want them to take away from this? 6 months. Sorry.
That this is the right move for our industry. Partnering Microcorp with as an AppSmart company, you're getting the best of the best, the ultimate partner experience. We're not changing, we're enhancing everything. We're enhancing your ability to engage with your partners and your end users in a much more unified way, talking about everything that they're doing, not just the network, because they don't want you to help them just with the network. They want you to be a part of their entire technology and spend. And through AppSmart, you can do that. We're all staying, we're all here, we're not doing anything different, we're just getting better. So truly, truly better when together.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you for working Better When Together back into it. That personally makes me happy. All right, guys, got a couple minutes for questions here. Looking at the board, we've got a couple of questions that are really, I'm going to kind of group together here, that are centered around other acquisitions that AppSmart has made. You know, one very near and dear to my heart is CNSG, of course. So from a business as usual concept, you know, what is the strategy, you know, short and long term, for working for our Microcorp partner managers and say the CNSG managing partners or their channel managers? Are they intermingling at this point? Are they staying separate? Where are we at with CNSG versus Microcorp?
Yeah, I mean, the teams are separate today, but what we're starting to do with the leadership of Karen and Matt on CNSG, which is still part of the AppSmart team, is to look at where we've got overlap and how do we best serve partners if there is such an overlap. As Karen mentioned, it's going to take us a couple months to really merge all of our operations and really integrate as a company and as a go-to-market team. But in the meantime, I mean, we're all part of one single leadership team, and we're all very focused on doing the right thing by partners. So we're just starting to work on these and identifying these overlaps and figuring out what's the best thing for our partners.
Yeah.
And again, as someone that might have a little bit of inside knowledge, for our partner and a provider community, one of the unique things about AppSmart's acquisitions is that with the master agents that they brought on board, there really isn't a lot of overlap. You know, Microcorp is a dominant force in our areas of the country. CNSG has their dominance. WTG Telegration had their areas. We really don't have a whole lot of our partners in common. With respect to the franchises and the managing partners, they all kind of run their business on their own as a managing partner of the CNSG community, and you'll continue to work with them. Bottom line, guys, we're not going to do anything that is going to upset the partner community. We want you to work with who you want to work with, and we want you to continue to be successful, and that's a big message.
Right. There's very little overlap, and a lot of what we do complements each other, not competes in any way, shape, or form. And everything moving forward is going to be very thoughtful in how it could possibly impact our partners in any way that would be different. And different doesn't necessarily mean a problem, it's just different. And so we're trying to make it as seamless and as easy as possible.
And one thing that we have done, which addresses a question I see in the chat here, is among our different divisions within AppSmart, we are already united in terms of being able to place business between the organizations. So in terms of commission tiers, they're the same across all of the divisions. There's no competition, weird stuff going on there. And we're working in the exclusive AppSmart carriers into the Microcorp community as we speak, as well as a couple Microcorp exclusive carriers are being worked into the AppSmart communities as well. So all that stuff is becoming better when together. See, we can start a Microcorp drinking game whenever I say that. Another big...
Early.
Yeah, 5 o'clock somewhere. One question we did have, on business as usual, is it still business as usual for quotes for new and existing customers until further notice?
Yep. The way that you work with Microcorp, the way that you engage is exactly the same way. You go to the same people, the same eco office, everything, the same channel managers within the organizations. We are going to have some changes coming down the path as far as working with our providers and working with maybe a few different channel managers, but it really shouldn't be anything that is going to rock anybody's world.
Well, speaking of rocking,
thoughtful, and we're going to be very thoughtful if there are changes in terms of communicating it.
Yeah.
So giving you plenty of lead time to ask questions and make sure you're comfortable with any changes that are going on. In the same way that Microcorp has introduced technology over the past few years, you know, we talk about business as usual, and I was reflecting myself, I don't even know what business as usual is, you know? Between the pace at which, as companies, we introduce technology to the pandemic that's been, you know, our existence for the past year, I really don't know what business as usual is, but you have our commitment that we're going to be thoughtful as we introduce any new technology, any changes, in the same way Microcorp has done over the years.
Yeah. Well, and if you know, did your quotes with our cable team is still there. You're still going to do your quotes with our cable team. If you worked with Jillian or Cindy or Erica or Trisha or Gordon, you're still going to work with all of those same people. No phone numbers have changed. No email addresses have changed at this time. Eventually they will, but it's not happening right now. And we will communicate well in advance when they will start to change over.
So, kind of one more question, answering a question that's kind of in the chat from our provider community, because we've got a good chunk of our providers on here as well. You know, from a provider perspective, Microcorp and AppSmart are remaining separate for the 2021 seasons, especially with our MDF plans and our sponsorship packages that we do for our individual providers that put the emphasis and the marketing into our respective communities. Those will remain separate. Yes, one-on-one is still on schedule. Yep. We hope. Ooh, as I cough, that's not a good thing. One-on-one is on schedule, and we will be continuing down that path for 2021. But
and it's going to be later in the year.
Oh yeah, it'll be later in the year. I'll get our little shots, and we'll be back in business, hopefully by Vegas, right? But I do have a final question. I'll see which one of you is more saucy to answer this one. It's a great final question. Although we are operating from an alignment perspective separate for 2021, what is the long-term future of the brand Microcorp?
You get to take that one, Renee.
I'll take it. So we will become one company under the brand of AppSmart, but it's going to be a transition, right? It's important for us that all Microcorp advisors, agents, partners feel that AppSmart and Microcorp are one and the same before we start changing how we call each other's, right? So it'll be a transition. Now, at the end of the day, we are going to be one company and we'll operate under one brand. But, you know, we'll do this progressively once we know that our Microcorp community is comfortable with the bigger organization, with the greater AppSmart, and with any changes.
I think Chris really asked that question because he wanted to know if he can continue to wear a superhero costume and do those videos.
Well, maybe, but no, it is really for our folks out there, and this is my commitment as well as the head sales honcho around here. What we have built at Microcorp is something special, and that's not going anywhere, folks. If anything, it's going to help to augment what AppSmart is and to help our collective goal as one family, one team, to really change the way the channel operates and to help every single one of you guys out there to become the best technologists you can possibly be.
How about not change, enhance the way.
Enhance, I like that.
The way the channel operates.
Melissa, you're hitting me saying, wait, we do have one more. Well, all right, this better be a humdinger because that last one was pretty darn good.
This is from Becky Cole at DC Block. She said, will providers need to do training with the separate sales teams at each of the companies, or will there be an all-inclusive training to get everyone ramped up simultaneously?
I will take that one. That's a great question. The bridges between the organizations from a provider standpoint are still being built. We're just a month into this. So for right now, for our provider community, please look at us as separate individuals for the moment, and then we'll help you build those bridges as we get a little bit closer, especially for those, because I know that the folks that are exclusive one way or the other, you're all knocking on our doors at once. we love you. We will get to you, and because we want to make sure you get launched properly into the individual ecosystems as we become one. But with that, I want to thank our awesome guests. By the way, don't leave. We've got a super duper announcement coming on right after this, so don't leave anybody. We're watching those logons. But Karen, Renee, thank you so very, very much for joining us for our first Better Win Together. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you.
Thank you. Everybody have a great week.
Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
All right. Well, Mighty One, that was pretty darn cool. Loved having Renee on here. Loved having our group, but we got more. We got more.
Yeah.
So I guess I'm going to have to ask, put out a superhero call for my my favorite partner in crime, Mr. Starkey.
Here we go. I'm sending out the bat signal here for Mr. Starkey.
The Starkey man. Ooh, the Starkey signal. I like this.
And give me 2 seconds here. We will bring in the Starkey man. He's flying in from a very far distance of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Well, if anyone ever saw the videos, we know how he flies. There's a little fan involved, and
There's a little challenge.
it's a little weird. It's a little weird.
A little weird. It's a little
Yeah,
weird.
a little weird. A little weird.
Little.
All right. As Paul gets started here, just a little bit of setup, because as I stall for time, of course. Folks, one of the things that came out of that previous discussion was the need for tools, and to help enable our technology advisors to be more successful and to, believe it or not, be successful in the field. Because we know some of you are starting to get out there a little bit, and hopefully by the time this year is over, we're back to where we need to be. And in order to really be super successful, we want to have awesome tools available to you. And as I am now joined by the world famous Starkey man, we want to talk about a fabulous new tool that has been added to your superhero belt that is available today. And without further ado, drum roll! Boom! Eco app is here. All right, so our crack IT team at Microcorp has been working for a very long time on building out what we want to have as the ultimate mobile experience for you guys out there. A wonderful tool set, what we call the ultimate cloud and telecom tool set in your pocket. So the big thing here is you guys love Eco Office, formerly known as Nautilus, and occasionally you catch us calling us that. Need to stop that. But with Eco Office, you guys have come to know as the absolute best back office in the entire industry. And Eco Hero as the most revolutionary platform for interfacing directly with your customers and having a real customer-facing Netflixian service that you can utilize to go on a solution journey with your customers. Well, now, Paul, oh my goodness, we've taken all of that and put it in the palm of their hand for anytime, anywhere access. Oh, Lordy. So when you download this little app today, available on your Google Play or Apple iPhone stores, if you've got a Windows phone, throw it out the window. I mean, seriously, come on, guys. It's 2021. But the first thing you're going to notice is a totally new experience in the palm of your hand, driven by this really cool dynamic home screen that's designed to keep you informed with all the latest and greatest stuff coming from Microcorp. If you love the stuff we do on LinkedIn, boom, it's here. If you love our Microcorp moment, boom, it's here with instantaneous news and alerts.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And in addition to that, that same technology or kind of focus that we used about the journey with Eco Hero has also transferred over as well. So if you look at it, when you actually, of course you can see on the screen now, but when you actually get in your hand, if you want to talk to providers, solution, if you want to look at that latest spiff, if you want to look at the latest piece of news, if you want to look at the Eco Finder, which we'll talk about later, it's all right there and it's easy to find. So you don't have to spend a lot of time fumbling around. You go exactly where you want to go and start that journey right off.
Yeah, trust me, we have a lot of quality control here at Microcorp, and some app-challenged individuals. If we can make it easy enough for them, we know it's easy enough for you guys.
Yes.
So the big thing is, I love my providers. I love every single one of you guys out here. We want to make sure your information was easy to find as well. So when you hit that provider button, boom, aggregated list of our Microcorp providers with the latest and greatest sales content that you guys have in Eco Hero. Newsflash, you don't have to re-upload anything. You don't have to change it. You don't have to optimize it. It's all there and ready to rock and roll for you. So you get the latest enablement tools right on the go.
And speaking of latest, you also get the latest contact information. So if you're sitting there and you're like, who is the person for North Carolina? Pull it in. You can find your national, you can find your local in an instant right there on the device.
And Lord knows we never have to change contact lists.
Yes.
Now, the next piece of this is sometimes you're in front of the customer and you don't know what provider you want to offer. Cool, but you do know the solutions, right? Because you're a great technologist and you're asking those questions. Well, here you get to explore by the individual solution to see an aggregate view of all the provider information. So it's all right there. And then, Paul, we cooked up something special, didn't we?
We did. The Eco Assistant. Imagine a world where you're sitting there and you're talking to your customer and you're thinking, hey, they need this solution, but how do I take that information in and be able to get it to my solution engineer? Eco Assistant. It literally can go through and it asks questions, and the things that you'll be asking are things that your engineer is going to want to know later. So it actually it's like your superhero assistant. It's your Eco Assistant right there with you to help make sure you're the hero in the end.
We could have called it Alfred or Jarvis, but we would have gotten sued, I'm sure. But guys, this is awesome because this gives you all the really cool tool sets, all the questions to ask. If you don't know what to ask about security, questions are there. You don't know what to ask about SD-WAN, they're there. And then you have the choice of keeping them for yourself and emailing yourself a copy of them, or you can send those directly over to Chris Donlin, Brian Funkhauser, and the engineering team to help take you on the next step of that solution journey. Now, you're salespeople, right? We know what you really care about. We care about those spiffs, man, those crazy deals that are going out in the contact center, UCaaS, cloud worlds today. So if you're making a choice, apples and apples, but who's going to pay me a little bit more? We've got your spiff action handled as well. So quickly just hit that spiff button, filter off by the solution or by the provider that you're searching for, or just maybe look for who's got the big bucks.
Yeah. And you can also search by solution or provider. So if you're like, I've got the solution, I'm just trying to find, and just lay them all out. But you could do it literally sitting in their lobby before you walk in to talk to them. The information is that mobile. It's ready for you.
Because no one ever makes a decision based on compensation. Ever, right? All right, now this is a brand spanking new tool. Maybe you've been looking at this going, well, I've got a lot of this stuff in EcoHero today, and maybe I'm not an app guy. Well, we've got a brand new tool set that's available today in both our Eco app and over in EcoHero. It's called Eco Finder. Because, yeah, we got to throw eco on everything, guys. This is a brand new serviceability tool. If you use the old one in Nautilus, throw it out the window. We're talking the most accurate and up-to-date service locator in the business today, providing you all the information on copper and cable and fiber and fixed wireless, all right there, every single access method. You just simply plop in your address. We'll show you a demo of that here in just a couple minutes. You'll be able to see every single service that's available at a particular location. But that's not all, is it, Paul?
No. And while you're standing at that location, before you even leave, you can actually request pricing and start the process on the site, anywhere, anytime, including finding pricing with locations.
Boom. Interface with your IPSM, SPM team, get that quote request over them, and get that in your hot little hands ASAP. Now, y'all love Eco Office, formerly known as Nautilus. Now we've taken all that powerful information. You know those questions you want to email us on at 2 a.m. in the morning? Well, guess what? You don't have to email us. You can check this out on your app. Your full virtual back office, every single piece of it that is in Eco Office today is now available via the app in a whole new interface.
And it's on the go. So if you're sitting there and you're thinking, hey, what is my commission going to be this month? Oh, I want to request a report. I want to go in there and find out, hey, where's that big order? Where's it sitting? You don't have to be tied to your computer anymore, not even your laptop. You can do it while someone else is driving and you're just riding down the road. You can be checking things all the time. It really gives you that instant access to the back office that you need, but now it's just so much more convenient.
Yeah, order status alone is a huge piece. And a quick disclaimer, please don't use this while you're driving. Bad idea. All of this, guys, is about our continued commitment, which will continue into AppSmart, to have knowledgeable people on the front line, but innovative tools on demand. Last year we introduced EcoHero, the ultimate solution journey, the best pre-sales portal in the industry today. Eco Office, the best back office in the industry today. But instead of having 2 logins and 2 websites and all that fun stuff, now y'all got it on Eco App. Everything together in one site, right in the palm of your hand on your latest Apple or Google device. Now, you're going, well, Chris, you showed me a bunch of PowerPoint slides. That's okay. We've got a quick journey for you on Eco App, recorded by the lovely Melissa. This is a quick 3-minute video that's going to give you the top services or the top tools available in Eco App. And oh yeah, this will be posted to our YouTube page in just a few moments. Melissa, hit that beautiful play button.
A new tool has been added to your superhero belt. Welcome to Eco App, where you can take all of the benefits of the entire Microcorp ecosystems with you anywhere, anytime to drive your business. In order to download the app, you can find it at the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store. When you download the app, it'll appear on your home screen with a blue background and 3 Microcorp white moons. You will click into the app and it will take you to the login page. For today, it's automatically going to take us to that home page. This homepage features a featured banner and a news feed. This news feed shows you all of the real-time information from Microcorp with news and alerts so that you are informed. You can also find the 4 buttons at the bottom of the screen: the Providers button, the Solutions button, the Spiff button, and the Events button. All of these buttons connect you to Eco Hero, so it's in the palm of your hand with one touch. You'll never be without your sales enablement and marketing tools. To show you one, we're going to click into Providers. As you can see, this shows you all the providers within Eco Hero with one touch. We'll click into 8x8 and we will see all of 8x8's incredible content ready for your viewing. Then we'll click that left upper back arrow. That is going to take us back to the home page. Then, something awesome and amazing that is here for your benefit to make your life easier is Eco Finder, where you can identify serviceable locations and providers for connectivity. When we click into it, you're going to type in an address. Today we have the Microcorp home office, and you'll be able to see all of the serviceable providers. You can then click Request Pricing, and then you'll click on the providers you would like to use. Today we'll click on COBMC, Crown Castle, and CenturyLink. Then you can type in any specific quote details that you'd like, and then you'll press Submit. And voila, you have now sent a request to our pricing team. Then next to the Eco Finder, you'll find the Contact button, where you can contact your partner manager, or you can reach out to a provider contact by region and or state. And last but not least, Eco Office, here for you in the palm of your hand, any time of day. You can click into My Customers and see all of the customers that you have. You can click into Open Orders and see every open order that you have. And you can click into Open Tickets. This will show you all your open tickets. And then you have your commission summary, which will show you a breakdown of all of your commissions for the month. Then if you click back to the home screen, that'll take you to the overall newsfeed. And then in this top right, there's a message function where you can chat with people. As you can see, there's your all, your unread, and your flag. So if there's something you'd like to follow up with, you can. And all of this hits you in the palm of your hand. We are so excited about Eco App, and we hope you are too. If you have any questions on it, please let us know or reach out to your partner manager.
All right. Well, first off, thanks for our DJ, Melissa, although I think we missed an opportunity to have you kind of dub your voice as we were going through that demo. That would have been awesome. All right. Hey, Paul, for our Gen X and above generations, will you explain what that weird little thing is over on the side?
Yes. We knew you may be excited right now to download these different apps, So if you click on this QR code, as a matter of fact, all you have to do is hold your phone up to it with a camera. You don't even have to go to a QR scanner anymore. Your camera will scan on this. It basically figure out if you're an Android, for Google Play, or if you're an iPhone for the App Store, and it will immediately take you there so you can get it. Because we want you to have it.
We want everyone. I mean, certain apps have been removed recently. Replace them with this app. Go with this one. Eco App runs the world. Just make sure to search for Eco with EEKO, and you'll be right there.
Absolutely.
Ooh,
I tell you, we are so excited. This is what the vision, the dream of Eco Hero is, that next giant leap forward, because this is taking all the great things that are part of the Microcorp ecosystems and making them mobile anywhere, anytime.
Awesome sauce. All right, guys. Melissa, as my lovely Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson, again, a reference no one under the age of 35 got. Any questions that we've got from the crowd?
Well, we have a couple of awesome questions. So Bryce says, do providers have access to Eco App? I just downloaded and tried to log in and I do not have access. So Bryce, if you do not have an Eco Office login or an Eco Hero login, then we will need to get you set up with one. However, your Eco App login is your Eco Hero and Eco Office login. One single login.
Sounds good. Awesome. Great point. And that goes for partners too. If you haven't got your login, or if you forgot what it is, reach out to us and we'll get you taken care of.
Absolutely. Then we have from Becky Cole at DC Blocks. Do you plan to add features in the awesome Eco App for providers to see and pay invoices? A checklist of what's included in our sponsorship and what's been completed, or a calendar of upcoming local agent events that we might want to participate in?
Great question. So this is a app that is designed for our partner community first. Now, we love our providers, and we appreciate that question, Becky, but those will still be something that you'll work with our super best friend team and the provider success initiatives on. This is going to be designed for all the tools that our partners need in the palm of their hands when they're out there. Great question, though.
Awesome. And then we get some kudos from John over at Vergex. Fantastic job, Microcorp team. You guys are going way above and the best in the industry.
Oh, well, okay, we'll take that.
That was lovely.
Well, guys, one, thank you so much for joining us today for Better Win Together. I hope you've seen that this is going to be a little bit different than what we did last year. We're at not a whole lot of product dumps, info dumps, etc. We want you to have some really cool conversation starters and some great information to drive your day. We're going to be back in February, right after President's Day, with a big, huge, monumental announcement. If you thought Eco App was crazy, just wait. We've got something coming up in February that's literally going to knock your socks off. And Paul, if I remember so bold, change the way that partners do business. Oh yeah, it's coming. So we'll see you back in February for the next Better Win Together Summit. I want to thank, obviously, Star Command for putting everything together, and my fabulous co-host, the always mighty Melissa. See you all next time, guys. Until then, stay better, win together.